Live and local with Daniel Plaza on AM560 KBLU. Good morning, Yuma. It is Wednesday, August 22nd, and 7:06 in the morning, and it is currently a nice 84 degrees here in Yuma, Arizona. This show is brought to you by Fisher Collision Center, where quality is never an accident, located on 32nd Street, right behind the Fisher Chevy dealership, so go down and check them out. Also, phone number 928-344-5258, 928-344-KBLU, but I do have a caller on the line already this morning, and I hope I have Brian Antle. Brian Antle, are you there?
Hey, Danny. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, you know what? I'm doing great, and I've thought of a new name for you. I'm going to call you Brian the Iron Man Antle. Is that going to work?
Yeah, that'll work, man. That'll work.
And Brian, and I have this is Brian who just I have on the phone Brian Antle, who drove the Trophy Light truck number 6077, sponsored by Tanner and Antle, and drove it to the finish line. Man, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling a lot better now.
Yeah.
You know, Saturday morning I was pretty beat up, and my hands were killing me by the time we got to Reno. But no, today I'm doing good, a lot better.
All right, and you know what? Go ahead and thank all your sponsors, because I know without your sponsors you couldn't have done it. You couldn't have gotten there first of all.
No, man, those guys, they all helped me out quite a bit. That's Tanner and Antle, Ocean Mist Farms, the guys at Toro Petroleum, all the guys there at Napa, great bunch of guys, Yeti Cooling, and all the guys that work in my shop and just kill themselves working on that truck for me.
Yes, they do. And Brian, I got to ask you, man, how was the feeling when you finally crossed that finish line? And Brian, by the way, did drive all 534 miles of this thing, and took us about 13 hours?
Yeah, I think the official results were 13 hours and 18 minutes. And I'll tell you what, when we came on that last hill and I saw the lights of Reno, man, I've never been so happy, because I don't think I had another 10 miles left in me. I was worn out. I was seeing stars the last 50 miles, and with no power steering the last 50 miles, it was brutal.
And that's true. We did have obviously I was there pitting, and we did have a failure on one of the power steering pumps, and then your second one went out as well, right?
Yeah, we lost one around mile 150 or so, and got it changed.
Yeah.
And the other one worked most of the day, but the last 100 miles it was starting to fail, and by the last 50 or 40 miles we had nothing, and it was a workout getting through all the rocks and hills the last stretch of that race with no power steering.
Did you feel like was there a lot of cars you were having to pass more than usual, or did they kind of put slow guys?
The beginning of the race was pretty backed up. It was pretty congested and dusty at the beginning of the race, but towards the end of the race everyone had kind of spread out, and everyone was where they were, and it was just kind of a race of attrition at that point, just everyone trying to make it to the finish line. But definitely saw a couple bikes, and we passed around midnight. Man, those guys started at 6 a.m., so they must have had a hell of a long day.
Yes, it sounds like it, and I know. And I'll tell you what, being part of BantleMotorsports myself, it was such a good feeling to see you there at the end, at the finish line, man.
Yeah, that was something. We've been trying to do that for a while, so that felt great. Having all you guys there, being a part of it, was awesome.
Oh man,
a lot of fun.
And I know one of your mechanics, one of your head guys, has been through it all, obviously, and Leo has been through it all, and it seemed like he was very relieved that you got to the finish line there.
Yeah, I can finally quit teasing him that he doesn't build the truck tough enough for me. So we finally got one, and Leo and Mitch and all the guys there that worked at the shop. They stuck with me through thick and thin. I brought that truck back in pieces to the shop a couple times, so they never complain. We just get it ready to go to the next one, but this time getting it ready will be a lot easier because it's still in one piece for the most part.
And what race are you getting ready for next?
The next one should be we'll go to Parker in October. There's the Best in the Desert Blue Water 250. No, not 250. Just the Blue Water Special. It's a 2-day race out in Parker, Arizona, which is usually a pretty fun race.
Well, you'll be a lot closer to Yuma then.
Yeah, I think Parker's only a couple hours.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot closer.
Definitely. And you had two different co-pilots, is that correct?
Yeah, I did. We took David Scaroni, who from Imperial there, and also Caleb Gaddis from Imperial. Two guys with lots of experience down in Baja and off-roading. So David co-rode the first and last half, and Caleb was in there for the middle section, and both of them did just a great job.
And I know
Really proud of them.
yeah, they definitely did an awesome job. And I know from me talking to them, it seemed like they really enjoyed it and just were happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, no, we had a great team, and big thanks goes out to the Scaroni family. David's dad Steve was with us, kind of as our. We were teasing him, calling him the Supreme Commander, how he was bossing everyone around. But
yeah.
You got to have somebody doing that to keep all the pits in line and make sure everybody's where they need to be. And we just had a flawless day in the pits. Everybody was where they needed to be and got things changed and fueled up, and just a great day for all of us.
And and you talk about Steve Scaroni, and I got to tell you, he did an awesome killer job of just keeping everybody in line and knowing what to do next.
Yeah, no, he's a hell of a guy, man. I like having him around.
So Brian, I like I said, I appreciate you calling in, man. Congratulate you on your third place finish at the Vegas to Reno, especially doing it all by your own, man. It's that's quite a feat.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Before I go, I don't know if anyone's listening out there, but I got to thank the guys from Weird Co. BC Hauling in Las Vegas. They, without even knowing us and never meeting us, they let us borrow a trailer when we broke ours, and hopefully it got back to them all right. But just a big thanks to those guys for giving us a trailer to borrow, or we wouldn't have even made the race. And
I totally forgot of that adventure, that the trailer that had the truck on it kind of went sour on us out there.
Yeah. So if anyone needs a trailer, I left that thing in Las Vegas. Somebody can have it as is.
Oh man, I don't know if anybody from Vegas listens to the show, but I'm sure maybe somebody will run up to Vegas and go pick that trailer up.
Oh man, that'd be great. Save me a trip.
Oh man, Brian, once again, congratulations, man. Look forward to the next race. Definitely being part of BantleMotorsports myself. Just a ton of fun. Go ahead and thank your sponsors one more time before you get off.
I appreciate it, man. Big thanks to Tanner Renano, Ocean Mist Farms, Toro Petroleum, all the guys at Napa, Yeti Cooling, and just all the awesome guys that work there in my shop and not only keep all my work stuff going, but all my racing stuff, too. You guys are a great bunch of guys.
All right, and those are the guys from Tanner Renano out at the farm, and I know most of those guys, too, so hopefully they're listening this morning.
Yeah, I hope so, man.
All right, Brian. Hey, I'll see you when you get back.
All right, Dan. Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
And that was Brian Antle of BantleMotorsports, sponsored by Tanner Renano, and obviously Napa kicks in a little bit there too, and just great to hear that to be a part of it. Andy was pretty awesome. So, have you ever you've gone out
yes.
you've gone out to watch races, right?
No, I went on the Baja 500.
Really?
Co-seat. I didn't have the way was enough to drive.
Oh, I see.
Trust me, it's a lot more fun when you say, "Stop, please, let me out."
Yeah, I have fun. I do what I can, and I tell you what, going with these guys this last time, especially having the two co-pilots that Brian had, Dave Scaroni and Caleb Gaddis, it was a good learning experience, I think, for the whole team, especially with the Scaronis and Steve Scaroni, who the Supreme Commander, telling us what to do, where to be, and very.
He was a general then.
Yeah, he was not cutting anybody slack, I should say. It was how it was and what you did, and I think that entirely got him, got Brian to the finish line. And I know I'll have another team here coming on at 7:40, Perunas Racing, who actually finished first place in their division in their quad. But I think three of them.
So that's their second race in a row they won.
That's their second, and you know what I'm going to blame it on?
Bringing it on the show.
Bringing them on the show.
That's right. I know you were going to bring that up.
When they come to the Daniel Live and Local with Daniel Plaza, everybody seems to finish their race. So, I had Brian on last week as well, and finishes his race. I had the guys from Perunas here when they were in the Baja 500, won first place. They came back into my studio, won first place again. So they're going to have to make sure that they keep showing up to this show before they go on a race if they want to keep winning.
Hey, I was going to ask Brian the question, but he got off the air too quick.
What were you going to ask
I
him?
want to know how his kidneys are today.
Oh.
That's torture. 13 hours on that road? Because it's not a road.
No, it's not a road. You're right.
It's just a goat trail.
It's just yes. And, You know, I have some pictures I put up on my Facebook page of the event. So if you guys, anybody wants to go watch any of the Bantle Motorsports pictures, just go to my Facebook, Daniel Plaza, and I'll have. I think I'm gonna be loading up a video here soon of in-car footage, and obviously of some of the stuff we did in the pits. I had a GoPro on me of what we were doing there, and it was a ton of fun. So
you had a GoPro on your helmet, or
I had a GoPro on my forehead. Whenever the truck would come in, I'd film what we were doing. So it was pretty cool.
Sweet.
Yeah, no. So
is that the one you usually have?
Yeah,
here?
I usually have it here, but I have it at home. I haven't put it. I haven't unpacked my bags actually.
Really?
So
you had to go back to work for a living.
Yeah, and then my wife is like, "Are you ever?" Last night she tells me, "Are you ever going to unpack those bags?" I said, "Yeah, I'll get to them."